I don't know if it's just us here, but man, summer came early. 80s and 90s already, and of course, the house has a cooling issue. Check it out. So here's the rub. When we bought this house, the AC upstairs worked fine. But a year later, no longer works. And it gets pretty miserable up here because obviously heat rises. So we put in this window unit and it cuts out after about 5-6 minutes once the compressor kicks on. So, gotta figure out what's going on. Take it apart. Must be some sort of electrical issue. Or maybe it's the breaker. Let's check it out. So instead of paying thousands of dollars, I decided let's just get a portable unit, one for the window, to help keep things cool. I don't get it. This unit has worked completely fine for about a year and did a great job keeping the upstairs fairly cool. I bought it for 40 bucks off Facebook Marketplace, so maybe that was a sign in and of itself, but now it almost always trips the breaker once the compressor kicks on. My first thought was to check the panel just to see what the amp reading was, or if the breaker was starting to go out. So I used my amp clamp around the breaker that the AC is on to see what it was reading. It's pulling 1.1 amps with just the fan running, 3.5 once the compressor turns on. And there she goes. The only other load on this circuit is a TV, which is in no way pulling 11.5 amps. So we need to do a little bit more investigating. I was curious to see if there was an overheating issue with the breaker because they're almost 15 years old. So after using my thermal camera on the breakers, nothing stands out. Now on to the next logical step. Let's just start tearing things apart. So let's open up this AC. I grew up in the humid East Coast, so every summer we would lug window units up and down to each bedroom since our house didn't have central air. Those units kept the house nice and cold, and they were always a pain in the back and behind to lug back and forth. But hey, they did the job, and they were relatively cheap. I don't know if many people care to work on these units since you can buy a new one at Sam's or Walmart for 100 bucks on sale. But hey, it's always worth it to me to at least try and figure out what's going on rather than just simply tossing it out, since 95% of the time, it's a simple or cheap fix. You just need the patience to remove a lot of Phillips head screws. Maybe I should have invested in a power screwdriver for this, but oh well. AC is one of those modern conveniences I really enjoy and am grateful to not have to live without. Now we can remove the front of the unit by just pulling off this plastic, and I'm also going to remove the back covering as well to see the compressor and fan. We can also open up this panel to access the electronics, since my current theory is maybe the capacitor is on the verge of going out and is therefore not giving the unit the help it needs to run smoothly. Caps are like batteries and can store a lethal amount of energy, so don't mess around with them if you're not sure what you're doing, like using non-insulated tools when you're removing the wires. The capacitor has 3 connections, one for the compressor, or HERM, one for the fan, and a common lug, also labeled C. Best to discharge the cap before toying with it, as you could have a very shocking experience if you're not careful. Capacitors have different ratings, and you can see here that this one is 55 plus 12 microfarads plus or minus 5%. We get 54.8 microfarads between HERM and C, aka the compressor, and 12.12 between fan and C, showing that our values are well within spec. It's also a good idea to do a visual inspection because you might have good values, but the capacitor might be physically damaged and not functioning properly under load. I put the cap back in just to look at the fan and compressor to see if anything stood out. You can follow the wiring to each unit to know where to put your meter for testing. Here I put the clamp on the hot for the compressor to see if anything changed. And you can hear once the compressor starts and see the amps jump and level off around 1.5 and then start to climb slowly to 4. It's still on the same breaker as before, and by now it definitely would have tripped since the compressor kicked on, but it's still chooching away. I do like how this model has a wiring diagram to help figure out where things are going because it's definitely a little rat's nest in here. Also, it was good to verify that the amps the unit is pulling for the compressor and fan individually match the ratings found on their stickers. Nothing stands out yet, so I'm going to hope that the good old IT fix of doing a major unplugging and going to the extent of fully disassembling and reassembling and plugging it back in will maybe fix it. I don't know, my family is desperate to get out of this heat, and we don't have $10K lying around to get a brand new central air conditioning unit, so let's see what happens. It's going back into the same window, and we're hoping that something changes. I forgot I had this energy meter that can give you live watts, power, voltage, and amp readings. So maybe that will tell us something new, especially as the compressor starts. When the compressor does kick on, we get around 5 amps, and then it hangs around 5.5. And of course, it behaves like nothing ever happened. It runs all day without issues, cooling fine, and the breaker never trips. Call it luck, because guess what? The next day, we're back to tripping breakers again. But Garvee saved the day because they reached out about trying their portable air conditioner, which has 14,000 BTUs, more than double what the current AC we're using has. So it'll be interesting to see if this confirms whether it's an electrical panel issue or the AC unit itself, because the AC now is intermittently working on other breakers too. It's driving me crazy. And our AC comes with an exhaust tubing, lots of foam to create a nice seal, an adapter for the window, that way we can put our exhaust tubing out without letting the bugs in, remote, and I'm guessing tubing for the condensation. Well, it's been a warmer day today, so take a couple readings. 72, 72. And chasing electrical issues is only so much fun. I even bought a new breaker just in case it was a breaker issue, but who knows, it could have just been the old AC. Those wall units just, sometimes are unreliable and, have hard starts. So this one's been working great. It's never tripped a breaker and it's pulling more amps, so it works. So tools and products will be listed below. And if you want to get your own AC, it's been working great for us. I'll link it below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Stay cool.